I've been a good daddy, I promise.
Hey, I have a werewolf movie for us today. Wait a minute. Okay, so this werewolf movie starts with a quote by the fucking director. He's quoting himself. The entire movie, this guy's really patting himself on the back, I'll tell you that much. This is a COVID movie. It didn't come out during COVID. Pretty sure it came out in like 2024, 2023. Wait, is this another situation where the main character is the writer? They love doing this shit. So this movie is called Full Moon Fever, and it came out in 2022, and it's a COVID movie. We start the movie with the writer-director quoting himself, and he's the main character. Even the purest heart can be darkened by the autumn moon. David Lee Madison. That's such a wild choice to quote yourself, but okay. The movie starts with this couple trying to watch a meteor shower in the middle of the fucking day. The park ranger tells them, hey, the park closes when the sun goes down, which I'm pretty sure is standard. But they're pissed off. They're like, why is he being such an ass? And they still don't leave. They also say that they should have brought an umbrella for the bugs. What would an umbrella do to stop bugs? What is that gonna do? Whatever. So he's like, sorry, you can't watch your meteors. Get out of here.
Don't they run them on TV, the next day or something like that?
They cut, and the couple are sitting in a car, and they're like, isn't this the place from 15 years ago? I thought they were gonna be like, oh, someone died here. Someone got attacked by a creature. But I think they were just doing something nasty. I don't know.
Is this the same place like 15 years ago where we...
The guy's like, yeah, it is. He starts lighting up.
Definitely be seeing stars after this one.
Oh, yeah.
What are they smoking? It's a full moon.
I can't believe Richard was such a dick tonight.
Richard's nickname for when he's being rude. But also, fuck you, he's doing his job. Shut the hell up. Get a life. They hear a little tap, tap, tap on the window. But they don't see anything because it's so dark outside, and they have a light on inside the car. If you're trying to watch a meteor shower, why you got the light on inside the car? If you're trying to be discreet, why do you have the light on inside your car? Whatever. They hear tap, tap, tap on the window. The dude rolls down the window, and he gets snatched. He gets snatched right out.
We're leaving.
The other person's just sitting in the passenger seat like, ah, ah, ah. She grabs her phone but doesn't even unlock it. So she doesn't call anyone. What she does is she just gets out of the car and starts running. I'm sorry. If some animal just grabbed the person I was with, dragged it out the window, fucking, first off, drive away. Drive away. Second, you're not gonna find me getting out of the car. Sit down. I don't think they showed the second person dying, but I'm pretty sure they both died. The ranger walks up later and he's like, oh.
Dispatch. We have a 1013.
And I couldn't really understand what the other dude on the other side was saying, but he's like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand what death is or something like that.
Come on, Richard, 1013. We've been getting gagged all night. We've been getting gagged to death.
No, you don't know what death is.
What are you talking about? What happened? Did he string him up like a serial killer? Those people are dead. But they had nothing to do with the actual story. I think they were just setting up the fact that there is a werewolf on the loose. It's out there. And we finally get to the main guy. His name is Hunter. And he's sitting down on his deck looking at pictures from this ominous box. It looks like something you would put cursed items in. But it's just pictures of his kid. His kid dressed as a devil, I might add. Wonder if that means anything. He's doing that for forever. And then in one of the pictures, it's his kid with this inflatable pumpkin. And he's like, oh my god, that's so charming, I guess. And so he gets up and goes and finds the inflatable pumpkin that I guess is just easily on hand. And then he goes outside again and he sets it up. I'm dead serious. There are no cuts in this. It's the full process of him taking the pumpkin out, inflating it, putting the stakes into the ground, the entire thing. We don't miss a single second of it. After he finally finishes doing that, this other dude walks over and he's like, "Hey,
Hunter, how you doing?"
Isn't it a little early for a pumpkin?" And the main guy, Hunter, he's like, "Right thing!"
Well, Halloween's only a little more than a month away.
I guess he's bored because they're in lockdown, so why not decorate for Halloween over a month ahead of time? So that implies it's like late September. I guess that's not that strange. They're constantly talking about the fact that it's quarantine, but nothing adds up. It's very blatant that this took place after quarantine.
I guess so. I mean, time just flies in spite of the whole pandemic and quarantine. How are you handling it all?
Jackie went back to school maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago.
You know what gets me with movies like this? A lot of the times it's just like so unnatural, the conversations that they're having. Who speaks like that? Do people speak like that? So he's like, "My daughter went back to school, and Jenny, my wife, she's dead."
Jenny passed away.
What? This is like shocking. And what?
That's what I'm saying. What? His wife died from complications of the virus. Whatever that means, I don't know. He probably doesn't know either, frankly.
It was complications of the virus.
That's the end of that conversation. It was strictly to set up that his wife died and his daughter was away at school. So then it cuts to this dude sleeping on the couch, and his daughter Jackie calls. They're FaceTiming, and she's just so strange.
I miss you too, Dad.
How could this be so strange, you might be asking? Again, we have like a full conversation where it's like none of this was necessary. This is not setting up anything that comes up later on. This isn't relevant to the plot. She's talking about her professors and her roommate and all this other shit. She's going on for way too long. We get it. She's at college. She's having a decent time. Fuck. And I'm not even joking. It's just probably more than 10, 15 minutes of this shit.
I've been a good daddy, I promise. I mean, I stay 30 feet away from everybody.
None of that conversation comes up. He says, I've been 30 feet away from everybody. The immediate next scene, he's all up in this dude's business. Neither of them have masks on. Someone's not being a good daddy. They end the phone call talking over each other.
Make sure you call me again soon.
Why? You could have done another take. So this dude that he's not social distancing from, he's got this comic book for him, and it's Mr. Hush.
The first appearance of Stark.
Mr. Hush, like shh, shh, shh. And I was like, that doesn't sound familiar. And I Google it, and it's his one of this dude's other movies, which somehow has a lower rating than this movie does.
I absolutely adore this series, but I think I'm the only person on the planet who likes Mr. Hush.
I cut that, obviously. There's a different dude that's in this store, and I don't know what the hell he's shaking his head about. What is wrong with this cat? This is why I kick her out of the room normally. This is freaking ridiculous. Later that night, he's taking a walk in the dark by himself with headphones in. I'd say the ease of living as a man, but he gets attacked. And also, it's a full moon, if you didn't already assume that. So he grabs a rock, and he bashes the werewolf in the head so he doesn't die, and he just gets up and walks away. So he just goes home, he's rinsing it in the bathroom, does not seek any medical help, doesn't even call in, nothing. got attacked by a wild animal and did nothing but rinse it off. And then he just goes to sleep. The next morning, he's looking at it and he's like,
Fuck.
also, that doesn't look like a wolf bite. That looks like a human set of teeth. Now we have another extremely long scene of Hunter cutting wood. He's cleaning around his property. He's like leaf blowing. And then he's also, I might add, sweeping the stairs, but he starts at the bottom step. So basically what I'm saying is Hunter is an idiot. He sits down, starts jorking it. And he falls asleep and he starts having some weird dreams. In his dream, he litters. Stupid, rude, all kinds of problems with this guy. He's just walking around and then from the trail he spots I don't even know what to call this. Some person? And then the dude like crawls inside of a tree. And he follows him over to the little tree hole. The person in the tree's like, "Hey, the full moon's coming, Hunter."
The winter is moving in, Hunter.
You're gonna hurt real bad. I don't know what's up with this, but it's basically like, you're a werewolf. I don't know, but Hunter seems to understand what this dude in the tree is saying. And then he goes to the outside of the tree and he's touching it. He's like, oh. What was that about? Does it feel different to his werewolf hands? It's just weird. But it only gets more confusing after that, because at least this seems to serve a purpose to be like, hey, something's not right here. Brace yourself. But other ones, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? He wakes up. He's really good at pretending to wake up abruptly. He does this about a bajillion times in the movie. Then they spend another like 10 to 15 minutes of just different shots of him looking moody around the place. He's just... He's at the park. He's at a waterfall. He's at a gazebo at some... Like, it's just... Damn. Then they show him at someone's grave. I know that this is meant to be his wife's grave. I'm fully aware of that. What's getting me is that has to be a real person's headstone that he's laying on. I hope they at least knew the person. I don't know, some about that's not right. Falls asleep on this headstone, and then he starts having these dreams again. But this time, he's dreaming of his wife that is dead. His wife in this dream, also pretty strange, but she's basically like, hey, you gotta kill yourself.
You need to come home to me. Stop your misery.
Well, I genuinely don't know what the fuck that was about, but I really think that it was just his wife telling him, kill yourself. He wakes up, whatever, and it cuts to him looking at this gourd.
I think she's gonna like this.
Kind of looks like a swan. It's beautiful in a way, but he's like, yeah, she's gonna like this. I'm guessing his daughter. She's really gonna like this little squash. Gets in his car, and a clown, a jester shows up. Every other like little dream nightmare he has, I can see what they were getting at. I'm not quite sure with this because he's just dancing, grooving, and at first Hunter's like, what the hell? But then after a while he's like, yeah. Also, I think that it's him. I think that the jester or like clown, joker, I don't even know what the fuck to call this thing. It's him. So he's watching himself as. So maybe what they're trying to say is that he's a clown. Maybe in a way. The clown runs off. He runs away. That's it. That's the end of that. And he wakes up again. Wakes up, falls asleep again. He's having another dream. He's in a car, and then he looks up, and his daughter's standing there. Then she just turns around and starts booking it. So he's chasing after her.
Why are you running?
Why are you running?
I don't know how you could be acting poorly just by running, but they both are doing a bad job. I don't know. I know you shouldn't get that stuff in your eyes, but couldn't you get a little bit closer? And he wakes up again in the same spot. He's going about his life. I'm pretty sure he's awake for this next bit, but he's talking to this doctor. A fist bump? His doctor that seems like a COVID denier.
How'd you take your mask off for?
We're outside. It's beautiful outside. There's fresh air. The mask's driving me crazy. I think we're going to be okay.
He's talking about how he got attacked by a dog. And his doctor is like, did you go get that checked out? You're the doctor. I had a doctor that wore flip-flops once. And then he starts talking about how, it was really bad. The bite was really bad, but it's healing superhumanly almost. It's so weird how quickly this wild animal bite has healed up.
It's healing really, really quickly. I'm feeling feverishly lately.
Odd, isn't it? He's like, I've been having these werewolf symptoms, more or less. And his doctor's like, hey, you need, like, mental help.
Concerned for you. Bad with this animal is pretty freaky, man.
But he's like, hey, I know you're going through a really tough time right now. He does not give a shit about the wolf bite. He doesn't give a crap about the fact that he was bit by a wild animal. He's just like, I think you need to get, like, emotional support and, like, really think, like, mental health is at stake. He does not give a fuck.
Well, there's nothing more frightening for any of us than the unknown.
It's the unknown.
So now he's laying on a couch somewhere, having yet another dream. This time he's walking around some other forest, and then he comes across a building with another hymn in, like, a pentagram or something. But he's also got, like, I don't know if this is a priest thing.
You should have never come here. Go! Go while you still can!
You should have never come here. That's what I'm saying. Himself starts yelling at him. He himself is yelling at him. What the fuck am I talking about? And then he wakes up again. And then he starts going on another walk. I don't know if this is like a dead bush or something. The plants are laughing at him. Wait. No, I don't know. I was gonna say, is that wolfsbane? I don't know. This looks like a dead plant that's laughing at him, and he's gripping his little werewolf bite, like, ah. Why is this plant laughing at me? I don't know. He's losing it. Is what they're getting at. Okay, I guess he has a cat. It's not a cat we've seen before. It's not like that I've edited it out. There was no cat before, just right now. But he's sleeping, and there's a cat on his chest. And then it cuts to, like, the cat upset and, like, meowing, upset and, like, hissing at him. Which, like, okay, this is because he's a werewolf, right? The cat doesn't like the werewolf. But, what were they doing to that cat?
Good night, Mr. Cheney.
It's just in the nightmare that the cat was... I don't know. Another shot of him sleeping on the ground somewhere, and he's having a dream about going to this other random building. I don't know what this building is. He's trying to get in, and he can't get in. What's happening? There's a shot of him sleeping somewhere else. He's having a dream that he's sitting in this other place. I don't know. Then he's sleeping somewhere else. And he's having a dream about his wife. And then he's sleeping on the ground. And he's having a dream about his doctor. And he's like, "Why did you do this to me?" And he's got like the fake blood on his forehead.
Look at what you've done.
You're not gonna believe this. He's sleeping somewhere else. But this time he's got a Mr. Hush t-shirt on. Got the merch. Is it product placement if it's your own stuff? He's having a nightmare. And they cut to the chase this time. They show him turning into a werewolf. Okay, I think that's it for the dream sequences. I think that was it. But then they show him sitting around with these carved pumpkins, even though he was supposed to carve pumpkins with his daughter that's coming in for Halloween. He's sitting with these 2 carved pumpkins, and they're talking to him, and they're telling him,
"End it all. Throw in the towel. Drink some drain cleaner. Can someone get this fucking fly off my face?"
That's funny. But pumpkins are just fucking with him, and he's like, "Shut up!"
You shut up. And you leave me alone.
Then they show him sitting with his daughter by some pond somewhere. They're like all up on each other, so I don't know what that's about. Again, not 30 feet. When they're sitting there at the pond, she's like, "Can we come back so I can take pictures of the full moon?" You know what that means. So his daughter's there now, and then he's like, "Okay, so let's go carve some pumpkins together, darling." And then they're sitting together, but she's on her phone. She's not paying attention to her dad, and he's getting angry. He's getting mad and antsy, and he just starts knocking things over. I do the same shit when I'm upset, to be honest.
Hey, are you okay?
Before it even happens, too, she's like, "Oh!" Clearly was waiting for it. She's like, "Damn, bro, go outside in the backyard into the hammock and take a nap outside in the hammock. And I'll go get some food." And he's like, "Yeah, okay."
And you go on your hammock and take a nap. I know you love your hammock, okay?
The daughter's left in the room, and she's like, "Let me keep this silver letter opener."
Mom loved this. I'm gonna hold on to it.
Alright, Hunter's outside in the hammock, and yeah, he turns into a werewolf, and then he runs off. They cut back to the daughter. She went shopping, right, for the food. She went to go get food. And she tries to call her dad. And his phone's just laying out, and this woman that he's attacking answers the phone. And she's like, "Help me! Help!" And his daughter's like, "What the hell?" So she starts running again. That real great intense run that she's got. She runs to that comic book store from earlier that Hunter was at, if you recall. And she's like, "Something's wrong. Something's wrong." And he's like, "Nah." And then immediately the electricity cuts out.
I can't get a hold of my dad, and I'm scared. Okay.
Okay, listen.
The daughter goes and hides underneath the table. The guy that's working at the store grabs a bat. Everybody else had left when they saw her coming in there real dramatic. They're like, "I don't want to fucking deal with this." They left. So it's just the 2 of them in there. The guy that works there is at the front door with the bat, and Hunter comes in the store. So many questions. He was just in a forest somewhere killing some lady. How did he end up at this store? How do you open a door with his paws? He's just not completely rabid. He's not completely feral because he still has enough sense to just go into the store that his daughter's at. Whatever. He kills the comic book guy. Oh, this is so sad. He kills him. And then he crawls into the back of the store where his daughter's hiding under a table. He goes directly to her. And that letter opener from like a couple minutes ago, she stabs him with it. It was just a couple of jabs, but he's dead. And that's straight up the end of the movie. I'd say more than half of the movie. Now, I'm not even being like an ass about this. I think over half of the movie was just, I cut it because it was nothing. I think over half of the movie, quite literally, nothing was happening. It was just like shots of him wandering around, like no, no dialogue, nothing, just him wandering around. I'm assuming this was like a commentary on COVID. Like, did David struggle with becoming evil during lockdown? What were you getting at? I'm not sure if I would say this is the worst movie that I've watched on this channel, but it was really bad. No, this is the worst one so far. This is the worst one. Sorry, David. And this has like over double the freaking rating as Mr. Hush, so that's not a good sign. I'm gonna give it like a 2 out of 10 because, I don't know, 1 seems too harsh. And I did laugh a bit. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.